Hey, I'm gonna do today's episode. We're just gonna talk about what we did in our wheelhouse on the 57.
Welcome aboard. We are Pat, Alexa, and Gilligan the Fat Boat Cat. We still work and live aboard our 57-foot Nordhavn in Mexico. Follow us as we cruise, explore new cultures, appreciate the wonders, and work on our boat in exotic locations. We are Noeta with no ETA.
We're just gonna talk about what we did in our wheelhouse on the 57. You'll see some pictures of what we bought, and then we quickly decided that we had to upgrade it to basically new technology, as the boat had super old stuff. So we got rid of virtually everything with the exception of one piece that we'll show you. So one of the things we did that you see right away is a great big computer monitor that is driven by a PC. It's just a gaming computer running times zero, and you get all your data, AIS information, there's depth, very customizable what you can see. Here's some of our old tracks that we've done. The screen's also touch screen, so you can do stuff like that. It's pretty cool. We upgraded the chart plotters, so we have 3 new chart plotters on the boat, 2 down here. And the nice thing about these, they're the new Furuno XL platform, so it has their new mapping platform, and it's highly customizable again. This one's just strictly a chart plotter. We've got the radar on right now, so it's doing a radar overlay. On this side, we're running just, we split the screen, so we have radar, this is depth, and then you can also on the side, you can bring up and customize whatever data points you want over here. The other thing we did was we updated the VHF radios. So we have 2 VHFs, one here, one up in the pilot house, remote mic down here in this corner for the VHF that is up on the flybridge. So essentially we have 2 VHF radios here when we're inside running the boat. We put in for redundancy a separate Garmin chart plotter with Navionics. It was more just we made the decision to have a little redundancy in case Furuno or any of this stuff failed. It's just good if you're out there in the middle of nowhere, we thought. We also added 2 autopilots, both Simrad AP48s. With the primary radar or autopilot here, we have the follow-up levers, which is pretty cool. So you can, it's really great for docking. So you get direct control of the radar rather than turning the wheel. And then a separate autopilot that is slaved to the Garmin. So this autopilot and this Garmin have their own NEMA 2000 backbone. They're standalone. This autopilot is connected to the Furuno system. And then the piece that we decided to keep, it's pretty cool. It's for commercial fishing boats. It's a giant sonar that actually extends down out of the bulb, and you can run different parameters. Right now it's on and it's scanning. It's about 5 degrees down, so it's showing what's in front of the boat. There's the dock. We're surrounded by the dock, and over here you'll see it's showing us that boat. You can change it. It's like a radar. You can move it, or a radar on the airplane. You can move it up and down. We can do it horizontal. You can set it up so it displays vertical. When we bought the boat, the guy used it quite a bit in Chile because the charting down there he found was so bad that when he was going up in these little fjords and stuff, that this was often the only way that he didn't run aground. I don't know. What else?
What upgrades do you still plan to do?
Oh, we've got plenty of space we left open. So any other little devices, like I really like this Furuno FI70. You can customize the data that you see, and there's lots of different screens. So we may add 1 or 2 here for different data points. We're going to update, this is the main engine, the John Deere. We want to update this. It's you can see everything that the engine's doing display, basically fuel burn, pressures, temperatures. They came out with a newer version of this little peanut gauge that's quite a bit bigger, and old eyeballs. In your middle of the night, you're trying to see what it's doing. You're sitting there squinting at it. So we want to update that. Because I'm a pilot, I like things simple and clean, logically laid out. This is much like it would be in the airplane. Your primary display, you can see what you're doing. It's easy to look out and reference this if you're coming into an anchorage or a bay or wherever you're going. And these displays are also, as you're sitting here, it's just easy to glance at and see critical information. You can change displays. And we found when we were coming down the coast, it's really nice. We actually didn't spend a lot of time in the Helm chairs. We were back on that settee, the couch behind us. And you could set up these displays so you could be sitting there and you could see everything you needed to see, and you're comfortable. And we've done this to a few boats now. I like the Furuno products because they are commercial grade. They may not have all the latest gizmos and little doodads or whatever you want to call them, but you look at all the commercial boats out there in the world, and they run Furuno because it's good. It's reliable. They have excellent support. They support their products for a long time. I can still get parts for this sonar from them, and this thing hasn't been made in probably 15 years. So Furuno, I feel like they're excellent in that regard, and they're catching up on their little fancy, like their auto routing and stuff. And one of the things I want to mention, they have an app on the iPad. I don't know about Android products, so can't speak to that, but they have their TZ iBoat, and I can pull up everything here for all the charting for the regions that we're in, and I can create a route that we want to do, and then when I turn all this stuff on, boom, it's there. And then we can double check that we're happy with it, and away we go. One of the things we did was we did some carpentry. We built this up to accommodate the monitor. We're fortunate the carpenter could source some old teak, which is really hard to do, and he did a really nice job. It's pretty close. I mean, I think it passes for factory. There's been comments, we did black headliners here, and it's really to cut down glare during the day, a little bit at night, but mostly during the day. So it just makes it a little easier to focus and concentrate on operating the boat. I don't know what else. We'll see what else comes out, what new toys. I'm a pilot, I can't help it. All right, that's how we approach this boat. If you have any comments or suggestions, or how you do it, or what you like to do, we'd love to see it. So put that in the comments. Have a great day.